Hi, everybody. My name is Sandy Parker, and I'm the Global Marketing Manager for Phoenix Translations. And we did this exercise for you, which was a delightful distraction during this crazy time. And now I've decided to create a recording for those of you who couldn't make the class. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. And thank you to Phoenix Translations for having me do this. I love Zentangle art. And then I'm going to actually proceed through it pretty fast. And then I'm going to create a video so that you can actually go at your own pace. And each frame by frame, will lead you right through the exercise. And I think you'll enjoy it. So all you need to begin is a piece of paper and a pen. And I actually prefer a fine point marker, not a rolling ball pen, but that's totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through the exercise. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And it is called ZenDoodling. And we're going to actually view full screen. There you go. So what is ZenDoodling? Well, first of all, this is for you and your family, and we wanted to invite you because everybody seems to be together. This is something everybody can do, every age group. And ZenDoodling is actually the name I gave it because Zentangle is a trademark name. So what is a Zentangle? A Zentangle is a drawing in patterns. And it was created by Rick and Maria, and Rick was a monk. And Maria was a calligraphy artist. They created it so that other people could learn to draw and enjoy the art form. So it's called Zentangle. And if you go to Zentangle.com, then you'll be able to see examples of their work. I'm just going to show you a couple of things you can do with a Zentangle. Of course, you can take rocks and embellish the rocks. That's pretty fun. And then on the right, you see, or maybe on your left, you see artwork. And you can see how they actually line out different sections and then fill it with a pattern. That's all it is. So this is the Zentangle that we're going to draw today. And I know it looks complicated, but it's really, really, really easy. And I'm going to walk you through step by step. So all you have to do is follow me. This is how you start. You actually put 4 dots in the corners and then just draw a line to connect the dots. Then you're going to draw diagonal patterns, pretty parallel. So I would say if your image is like 4 inches, you would want it maybe 1.5 inches thick. That way it's not too small what you're creating. Then you're going to take a Charlie Brown pattern and you're going to go down and up and down and up and keep going. Pretty simple. Then the next thing you're going to do is actually mirror that pattern. So go the opposite direction and now go up and down and up and down and up. So you're actually mirroring what you drew the first time. And then you'll continue doing that. You do it again until you've filled up all the spaces. And even the very top pieces, you can see all the way to the outer edge. You want to make that pattern. Then if you look at each angle, each triangle is its own independent item, you're going to put a dot in the center of that triangle. Now, you'll notice that your dots aren't going to line up because the center of the triangle isn't straight across. So in the center of your triangle, you're just going to put a dot. Don't worry if I'm going too fast because you can stop this recording anytime. Take all the time you need. Then you're going to go to the dot inside each triangle and you're going to go from the center to the topmost point, or in this case, the lowest most point. Go back to the dot and then you're going to connect the legs. So it looks like this. So when you go to the center and you go up and to a leg, then that triangle is done. Then you go to the next triangle and do the same thing. You're just going to go from the center to the top, center to the leg, center to the leg. You just keep doing that to all the triangles. it starts to appear like this and sort of takes on a 3D look. So you want to keep going until you finish that very last triangle. And you'll notice even the edges, you want to pretend like they're filling out exactly the same way. It's already looking amazing. And that was just by drawing lines. Now, you're going to take the sections inside that triangle and do this to it. You're going to go from the top like this, and like this, and like this, and then you're going to draw a circle in the middle. And then you're going to fill in the black parts. Now, I know it looks complicated, but really, if you just take one of those sections and you go up, down, down, put a circle in the middle, and then fill in the inside with black. The next step is to start doing it to all the little sections of that triangle. If you see, this is a section, then this will be a section, and on throughout the pattern. Super easy, you just keep repeating it over and over and over. So you see, we did the first one. Now we're doing the second. We're gonna go down and up, a circle in the middle, and fill in the black spaces. And it starts to take on another pattern. See how they start to make like a floral. You're just gonna keep going section to section to section inside that. And eventually your pattern is gonna look like that, just by doing that over and over and over. And you wanna make sure on the very end to get all the final pieces. Do the same thing, just as if it was another triangle until your whole pattern is filled. This is just an option when you get to the end. If you wanted to take a charcoal pen and kind of go around the edges, just shading a little bit, you'll notice that where you shade it, it starts to go darker and the middle starts to be lighter. And so it looks like a little bit of a bowing in the middle, just to give it a little dimension. Then you can actually take an eraser or another piece of fabric and just sort of smooth in the edges to where you like the way it looks. Now, that is the end of your Zentangle. And you can make it take as long or as short a time as you want. But what I wanted to show you is if instead of the pattern I showed you, you altered the pattern of the triangle a little bit, it would look totally different. So I've given you a couple of examples so you can actually see what it looks like. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that if you do the triangle and do a line with a little diamond in the middle, then it makes this pattern. And if you do the pattern on the bottom, it makes this pattern. And it's just one item you draw over and over and over. Same thing with this. Same thing with this. So I want to thank you for coming to our Phoenix Outreach page and taking on the Zentangle Challenge. I'm Sandy Parker and I work with Phoenix Translations. This has been a gift from us to you because we're always rising to meet every translation need. We've worked with many of you for years and years. In fact, I think client number 2, we've been working with you for 20 years straight. I also have an art company called Lighten Up, Live and Learn, and that's why I wanted you to have the Zentangle. You have my email and my phone number there. If I can be helpful to you in any way, I'd love to do that. So I'm just gonna stop sharing right now. And then I'm gonna stop the recording. But I want to thank you for coming by Phoenix Translations. And if we can do anything to help you in your translation needs, we stand ready to serve you. Bye-bye.